What is good, SGG family? It's your boy SmooveGotGame back and better with yet another Reds rebuild, baby. I hope you guys have been enjoying all the content on the channel, as well as leaving likes, commenting, subscribing if you are brand new. Man, the Lions rebuild is going up and fully active. The Sly Cooper walkthrough is going up and fully active. But we're not here to talk about none of that. We're here to talk about this great team that we're producing over here on MLB The Show. The Cincinnati Reds are 30-20 here, closing in on draft day. So today we'll be getting through that draft, as well as taking a look at the minor leagues, so we can look and kind of get a little head start on what we might want to draft or what positions we might still look at when scouting to make this team even stronger, better for the future, right? Still getting a whole grasp on all that stuff. It still is pretty tough. It's way harder than Madden. I'll tell you that much. To kind of build this team, you have to worry about 4 organizations pretty much. And how they are all good and producing to get you up to the top level, right? But today we will be kind of going through that as we look a little bit at the schedule here. We're a couple days out. We will get through the Rockies and Arizona series, but focus mainly on this Padres series here. As we'll get a look at a tough opponent, you know, a team that should be in the postseason when it comes down to it. They are first in the NL West, so we'll focus more primarily on that one when we go back up to the big leagues. But for right now, let's take a trip down to the minors, man. Double A, we're gonna go ahead and get kicked off with a full game, a little bit more highlight reel style of this one, showing the big moments. But this team is 21-21 right now at 500, so we're going to kind of see either why they're sucking or why they're barely hovering around this 500 mark. As we go ahead and get things kicked off here, TJ Friedel gets a base hit up the middle. We go right back to Brad Parks with a 2-0 count. Lines this one out into left field, and already early the offense looked like it's woke up here against Birmingham. Not looking too bad against Connor Wade. 1-2 count to TJ Hopkins. Will go right up the middle. Unfortunately able to be gloved and thrown over for a double play, but we're going to come home here. Took the catcher off the bag, and we're able to slide in there. That's when being aggressive comes into play. I tricked y'all weren't even looking over at third base, neither was first base, so that's why we're able to go ahead and get one run in. But that'll be all we get as Johnny Tucker strikes out. And today we'll be focusing on Josh Worth, first draft pick of the 2023 or 2023 MLB draft. He's who we spent our first pick on. He has high potential, decent overall. We've been focusing more so on Anderson Espinoza since he has A potential. But Josh Worth is not that bad either. I think he's B potential, as that is a long fly ball going out to TJ over the wall for a home run. And Birmingham has just tied this game up. And just as we were talking good about him, he gives up a solo home run here in the first inning. And that's why you want to be aggressive early. You never know when runs are going to come. You never know when the pitcher's going to give something up. And the first batter he sees goes yard. Now, next up, we'll face up Freddie Zamora, who flies this one out to Gilliam in the outfield, who will barely glove that one down. But yeah, going back to Josh Worth, I think his development has been pretty good. He's pitched pretty well. We had him as a long reliever, moved him into the starting rotation about mid-May. So this is only his third or fourth start of the season. But so far, ERA has been low. Pitches have been coming in good. The only thing I would say is he's only got a 3-pitch mix, so not really too much flashy stuff is going on. I think it's a 4-seam, a 2-seam, and a changeup. Not even really a whole lot of pitches with break. He's just going to rely on his stuff being controlled and where it's at, because it's not like he has velocity either in order to be good. Now here we'll go to the top of the third here, as Chris O'Kee, the catcher, will go ahead and line this one out to the wall. It'll get down. He's going to go in for second base. The throw will come into the cutoff man, and there it is, a 1-out double. So we're back up to the top of the lineup. TJ is up 1-2. Pops it up over to third base. He'll go ahead and get underneath it, glove it smoothly. And now with 2 outs, Brad Parks could get an RBI here to put us back on top. Full count. This is a dribbler up the middle. Shortstop will glove it. Throw will go out. Just barely getting Parks, and that'll end our little run threat there. We go to the bottom half. 2 outs. Josh Worth, first pitched in. Look at that 4-seamer right on the black, putting it right on the money where it needs to be. As this is lined out to Gilliam. He'll go over, glove it. Keep it in just for a nice single base hit. Not too much waves here. Alex will come up next. Look at a 4-seamer on the outside part of the plate. Let's put this man away here. 2-2. Chopper over the ground to Chashin. He'll glove it. Throw over to second base. Maybe he thought he could just get it. Maybe he thought it was more of a sure out than first running that way. But I completely don't understand that. Then TJ running back to the wall. This is gone. Josh Worth coming on the hinges here. I would say those are unearned, honestly. The inning should have been over. If David just threw over to first base, this would have been way easier to do. We would have been out of this inning because there was 2 outs when that happened. But unfortunately, a 3-run home run here, and Birmingham will take a 4-1 lead. Now next we got Jewel Booker looking to go ahead and make something happen here. Bottom of the third, still 2 outs, and that is a base hit up the middle. The inning is not over. Josh Worth has some work to do. He's got to get out of this still. 1-2 to Jared Olivia. This is lined out to TJ, and there it is. 3 innings, 4 earned runs. Not exactly what you want at this point, but also a little bit of work needs to be done by the defense, as I did see that comment a couple weeks back saying I need to focus more on building this team's defense. You can see it looks like it might be an issue at all levels, even trickling down here to AA. So that might be a focus that we look on in the draft. Now here, we got 2 quick batters reaching base. Isaiah Gilliam will come up with an RBI chance here. Second pitch, he sees a line this one to the outfield, and we've got bases loaded, no outs. This is exactly what you want after giving up 4 runs, and Connor Wade should be shaking in his boots. Lorenzo Cedera up the middle. That'll get through. That is a base hit as the runner was starting to go back to third base. It'll be cut off. No throw to the plate. I don't know what kind of base running confusion was going on there. Maybe he thought the ball had got caught. He wasn't paying attention. This one is a line over to first. He'll knock it down, throw over, and David will be getting out. That'll be an RBI fielder's choice. So 1 out. Josh Gomez is up. Full count here. Maybe a chance to get on base. That is a slider right over the middle of the plate, lined out. He's able to catch it. Throw will come in. It's nice and clean to the plate, but just not in time. Throw to the third, not in time either. And the ball game is tied. So this AA team showing a little bit of fight here. This is lined down to the outfield. Another diving catch, but it will be just that this time a catch. Not hitting off the glove, but it will in the top of the 4th inning or 5th inning. So bottom of the 5th, Josh Worth trying to get through 5 strong here. I know he's giving up 4. My ideal placement here would be to try to give me 6 if he can, but a leadoff double is going to cut into those plans. It's getting this into a triple. And 60 pitches in, you got to wonder how far will he go. I'm sure the bullpen is up and warming up right now. This is a fly ball out right to Gilliam again. He'll go ahead and catch this one. Throw will come into the cutoff man, so it'll be a sac fly to move him up to third, but we want to try to get no runs here, as this is a fly ball. Ciderola coming in. Throw will come in to the plate. No cutoff. Not in time. It's on the line, though. Outfielders down here at AA definitely know how to put it on the money. We see a lot of yellow throws, a lot of off throws at the majors, and that is a long fly ball. 3rd home run to the exact same location as the first 2 out there in left field. Aderlin Rodriguez hits his 6th of the season, and Josh Worth, after that point, had to go and get pulled. So we will bring in Christian Rowe, who was in the starting rotation. We moved him out in replace of Josh Worth because he was struggling a little bit. But now today we're asking him to go ahead and come in and stop the bleeding. Now, the first thing he does is give up a base hit and then follow it up with another one. Warner's going to go ahead and get on his horse to go to third base, throw to the cutoff man into third. Not in time. As that's still not going to be enough to end the inning. This is a fly ball. Gilliam going back, being put to work as he gloves this one in and will just throw it into the cutoff man. No way they're getting the runner at the plate. It is 7-4 Birmingham. Something has to be done, so we go ahead and get out of that inning finally, and we bring in rookie Darren Taylor. Picked him up with our 4th round pick, so 5th pick overall because we do have those compensation balance picks. But 4th round pick, and we're going to want to see what he can do here. So first 3 pitches looking pretty strong as he goes in and throws that 4-seamer in, gets him to pop this one to Parks. He'll go back there and glove it for the first out. Next up, we got 0-2 to Jared Olivia, trying to get him to chase that 4-seamer away. Not really working for him. Goes back up top with the 92 heat. Swings and misses, and that's his first strikeout of the game. 2-2 to Sosa right behind him. Dribbles this one to Parks, getting a little bit of work this inning. And that's an easy 1-2-3 for Darren Taylor. Now we'll go top of the 9 because we need this inning to get back into the ballgame and force the bottom of the 9th. Now, unfortunately, Johnny Tucker does not get it started out right. Isaiah up 2-1. He lines this one deep. It's going into the gap out in right center field, but it will find a glove. And we're down to our final out, Lorenzo. Facing up against Hideki Matsui. Not the batter, but the pitcher. And he flies this one out to right field. Caught. And that'll be the ball game. So AA ends up walking out here with an L. I was okay with the offense. Pitching left a lot to be desired. Josh Worth still considered, I guess you say, a rookie, his very first time playing at this amateur level or major league level, minor league level, whatever you want to call it. And I was not too impressed today. Gave up a lot of runs, as well as Christian Rowe. Didn't really come in and provide any extra Band-Aid coverage. But Darren Taylor did do his thing. And as far as the bats go, a couple guys here getting multi-hit games, and TJ and Lorenzo also helping out with a couple RBIs there, as well as David hitting his 14th RBI of the game. But as you can see there, no strikeouts at all from Worth through 4 2/3. So that is not exactly what you want to see. At least Christian Rowe got 4 strikeouts and 2 1/3. And we will go ahead and take things down up to AAA. A lot more batters here hitting over 300. You see Christian, Santana, Polinsky, and Albert Amora Jr. were all hitting over 300. And this team is what we look to pull up to the major league level. No one's really going to go from AA to the pros, but this is where they come from. And right now, booty cheeks. 17-28 record. Chase Petty still has yet to mold into the starter I thought he would be. I honestly thought him and Hunter Green would come up at the same time or very close. Through 9 starts, 2-2 record, 3.18 ERA. The overall hasn't jumped up as much as I thought it would. And that, poses a question to you guys as we get our first strikeout of the game there. When do I look to trade prospects? Prospects that have high potential, that are still young, but just haven't worked out with us yet. Do we keep waiting? Do we trade them to make the major league team better? I don't know. Those are questions for around the trade deadline time, right? To make the team better, to really make that playoff push, and just do more than just get into the postseason, but actually make a run. Now, jumping right back into the action, David Garcia is up 2-2 count, and he gets struck out there as they had a little bit of a run scoring opportunity with runners at first and second, but that will be another strikeout. That was 3 strikeouts in the inning too. So technically struck out the side, just not in order, as he was able to go and pick up 3 there. Now we go to the bottom of our first, seeing if our bats are awake over here on this side, as Jose Torres pops this one over to first base for the second out in as many pitches. Now, Albert Amora Jr., first pitch that he sees as well off Jackson Jobe. He takes this slider, which is right in the zone. Good timing out into the outfield as it's caught and gloved. Yeah, go ahead and get used to that. That's the story of the day today. It just was an unlucky day here at AAA, as this is a pop fly out to Byers coming in, and he will reach for it but not be able to glove it. It'll be off the wrist. An unlucky fielding attempt there, as that it will be a 1-out double. I don't think they counted that as an error. And it'll come right back to Byers this time, a little bit easier. Go ahead and settle underneath it. No chance to move up, so Chase Petty still in a good works here to go ahead and get out of this inning clean. Daniel Cabrera coming up, lines this one out to Bowers. He will go out for it, not be able to get it. It'll bounce up against the wall. That'll be an RBI double to bring Toledo to their first run of the ball game. And quickly the bats are down 1-0. David Garcia back up again, this time being a little bit more patient. 3-1. Watches the 2-seamer up high. He goes in and takes his stroll over to first base. Ryan Credler coming in and swings and misses at the slider low and away. And we're able to get out of that inning. Now we jump right back to Chase Petty. Continue to try to put in a little bit of work here. We have a 3-0 count here. Not much work to do as that 4-seamer just barely clips the edge there. 3-1. Not getting a call there on the slider that time. So a walk to lead off the inning. Comes back with a 2-seamer on the breaking edge. And that is a strikeout for the out number 1. Tezu Wei Lin coming in. Watches the 4-seamer. Got froze. That's 2 quick outs. Wenzel Perez flies this one deep to Bowers. He will let it drop in front of him. And that'll make it first and second. Still 2 outs. Another chance to score. They've seen a lot of two outs here. Bases will be loaded, though, after a walk comes in. And they will throw over to first base, though, to get the out. So not able to go and complete things off there for Toledo. But we'll go ahead and get back to these bats as they show off the bats. That is a base hit. And unfortunately for us, that is actually the first hit of the ball game coming here in the 4th inning with 1 out. And Jackson Jobe has only thrown 26 pitches to this point. As that ball gets away, Albert Amora Jr. is able to go ahead and scamper over to second base. And Jake Bowers, can you do something with the bat here as he swings through the 4-seam heat? Not able to make anything work. Austin Hendricks coming up right after him. First pitch he sees. Pops it up to third base. Underneath. Gloved it. And we'll go ahead and take things on to the top of the 5th inning. That boy Chase Petty is an animal. He is going to work as he gets another strikeout here. Next up, we got David Garcia kind of looking at a pitch here as that 4-seamer froze him, not able to make anything happen. And we got 2 outs just that quick. Can he go ahead and get this inning done with? No, Santana dives and misses the ball. I can hardly see it. That thing is right down the line as Hendricks able to pick it up. Throw goes into second base, not in time. I don't know. I would have liked to challenge down there at the AAA level because that might not have done it as that base hit will get through. And because of that bad call, I say by the because I think he was out. That'll be an RBI, and it will not be in time at second base for an RBI double. And just like that, it's 2-0. Still 2 outs. Chase Petty is at 95 pitches. And this is the problem that we see often when I pitch with Petty. He's great at getting strikeouts, just not quickly. So his pitch count oftentimes runs up very high. You see here, I just couldn't let him do it anymore. He was close to 100 pitches. We bring in long reliever Graham Ashcraft, 16 games, 3-2 record, a 5 ERA. So he has not been pitching good himself. But we're looking to see if he can stop the bleeding, even if just but a little bit. And the first batter he faces gets him to watch the first one. Watches the four-seamer coming next. 0-2. Watches another one right on the corner. And that's what happens when you watch too much. You give us an easy strikeout, and we're able to get out that inning and stop the bleeding. It's 3-0. Jake Bauers to start the seventh, and he got a long fly ball out of here over that giant wall out there in right field. Not quite the green monster, but we'll call it the minor green. As he goes in and hits his home run to go ahead and get us back 3-1, third of the season. And that was a long one, 422 feet. Exactly what you need to get over that giant wall. And now we will to keep this offense going as we got Austin Hendricks coming up next after that long fly. He's got a full count. We're trying to work Jackson Job's pitch count up as he's finally starting to maybe get up there a little bit as we're seeing 52 there, 1-0 count here. This will be a line shot, blew out into the outfield. It will get down. So we've got first and second, no outs. Bottom of the seventh, maybe looking a little shaky. They go ahead, even with the low pitch count, go ahead and just move them out. Jesse Hahn will go ahead and come into the game. 9 games, 2 ERA, 4 strikeouts to 3 walks. So not really looking at a strikeout threat here, and maybe we can still do something with it to go ahead and stop him from stopping us from getting these runs. That is a ground ball over the second shortstop. He will throw the second for the first base, and we will be out of here, man. That is 2 outs quickly. Stopping the run, those always hurt. It stops momentum, and there it is. A pop out right into the outfield. It'll be gloved, and in the first and second, no outs. We end up walking away with 0. Now, we will bring in Alexis Diaz of our own to go ahead and see what he's got here. Top of the 8th, looking to keep everything still mellow. With a 1-2 count, though, he gets this one lined out, and Hendricks takes a bad route to the ball and misses it. Polinsky will have to go back and chase it at the wall. He'll get it, throw in, trying to stop a triple, and he will hold up there at second base, so not having to worry about that at all. And next up, we got Wei Lin. Wayne trying to make something happen here. Full count, he pops this one out. De La Cruz is going to go over and just not get there in time. As the next pitch he sees will go out to Callahan. He'll reach out for it and not get it. Throw will try to come in to go ahead and stop him from coming to the plate. Not in time either. As they go ahead and this lead 4-1 against Alexis Diaz. Finally getting a strikeout here to get it out on the board. Maybe that'll calm him down. Brian Pickard is up next. 2-2. Flies this one. Got it. De La Cruz able to glove this one in foul territory. Now it comes down to Travis as he lines this one out to Callahan. And this time he'll outstretch and grab it too as well. So it looks like they'll go to Rick Gonzalez. 13 games, 2.63 ERA. And he's looking to close things out against us to go ahead and get his team the victory. Albert Amore Jr. will stand in the way of that with an 0-2 count. Perfect. Good timing on the cutter. Just not good contact to make it a hit. Jake Bauers will come up next. He's got a full count. Gets a ball down the middle. Good timing, and he pops it up. Didn't I tell you it was a bad day for Triple A? A lot of good timing hits. A lot of balls that were left over the plate. That's why Jackson Joe's pitch count was so low. He was throwing a lot of stuff over the plate. We just weren't making good contact. And even when they were throwing out of the plate, we weren't helping ourselves. As you see there, drop third strike to end the ball game there. As the bats lose to Toledo here, and a lot is left to be desired. No offense. No consistency. And I think it most comes down to the fact that it was just a bad day. We'll draw that one up to a complete bad day. A lot of balls were like that one down the middle that you just saw for the second out. Right down the middle. Good timing. Just unfortunately wasn't out. Now, of course, we only had 4 hits here, so not much to look for as far as our offense goes. And as far as the pitching staff, I mean, Chase did what I feel like Chase does. He's a very kind of inconsistent pitcher. Doesn't give up too much, though. 4 2/3. Honestly, wouldn't have been bad if we just put up a lot of runs. I might have at least let him get the 5th to get the win. But did get 8 strikeouts through that quick amount of time. So, like I said, just a bad, unfortunate event there. Now, I do want to make some roster moves coming out of that. Michael Terriani, I feel like was eating up space up there at AAA. So, I sent him down to AA, and I'm moving up Darren Taylor. 28 innings, a .32 ERA, .96 whip, 28 strikeouts to 10 walks. Only giving up 1 earned run in those 28 innings. I think it's time for him to go up to AAA. We saw him get a nice bit of overall boost there to go up to a 66. So we move on to AAA. Now we come back up to the majors. Tyler Canahan, Albert Moore Jr. just suffering some minor injuries there as we go ahead and get through this Colorado series with a sweep to go on a 4-game winning streak too as well. 8-2 here in the first game. A lot of offense coming through. I love to see a lot of offense. I love to see a lot of home runs. You see 3 there on the tally for us. And then Severino, 6 innings, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, only giving 1 earned run. Trying to get that ERA down a little bit, as we do need to come down. You, my ace, need that to go down. Now, as far as the next day out, we went 12-0. Even more offense, 15 hits. Tyler Mahaley almost had a complete game shutout. Just was 1 out from it, 12 strikeouts. He has a phenomenal day. Then we answer right back with a 3-0 victory. Eliza Hernandez, 5-4 in the season, 2.53 ERA. He pitches 6 innings strong. And no! Luis Castillo out 1 to 2 months with a torn finger ligament. We are already down because of our rotation. If y'all remember, Tariq Skubal is hurt. He'll be back in 8 more days, though, to help out with the rotation. So I'm not going to move anybody up to the major league level. But now we're missing one of our pitchers that actually was producing and doing good. I know he's normally not done very well. So Nick Lodado will go ahead and come in from long reliever to the rotation. Like I said, I'm not going to move anybody up to the major league roster. We're going to save that space there because it's only 8 days. Why would I move somebody up for 8 days and waste their option when I know I'm about to send them right back down? So just looking through our AAA team too, seeing if anybody else needs to make any moves down or up. Anderson Espinosa's been doing pretty good this season, 3.42. Trying to see if any of these guys need to go up to the AA level as well. But we'll go ahead and get through this Arizona Cardinals series, as we are able to take the first game but lose the next 2, getting a couple of people coming back from injuries, and the Brewers are actually interested in the trade. Adrian Hauser for Kyle Farmer. I'm not mad at the AAA prospect that you guys want, but then I look and see he's 31 years old, C potential, 74 overall, and has performed poorly, 0 for 4 in a 6.17 ERA. That was an easy no. With that being said, we're able to just go ahead and jump straight into the first of many player lock games here today, as we're going to get through this Padres series pretty quick here and go ahead and get into that draft. I know the episodes been pretty long today. Y'all like the longer episodes? Let me know down below if y'all like them more closely to this 35-40 minute mark, or if you want them to stay like near 30-25 minutes. Let me know. We'll adjust accordingly. Now today, Tyler Stevenson focus, batting .349, the best batter and most consistent batter on this team, as he's batted over 300 I think all 3 years that we've been here, at least at some point through the season, like late in the season. I'm not just talking about, like, you know, the first couple weeks when almost everybody over 300 and basically everybody at like 400, 500. I'm talking about late in the season, like October, no, not, you know what I'm saying, September, August, he's hitting 300. So been consistently one of our only all-stars too as well. I want to get a player lock game in with them, and here off of the 1-1 count gets a base hit to get things started. Now you see bottom of the third, he is our non-hitter, and we are down 4-1 right now. So they've been doing pretty good. In India, chops this one over to first base, he'll glove it, throw over to shortstop, throw back to first, not in time, as we are able to go ahead and get a fielder's choice there, not bringing any runs. It's now 11-1. I think Tyler Mahaley was on the mound for this one too as well. So not looking impressive after a game where he almost had a complete game shutout. But Tyler Stevenson still looking to make something work here. Runner at first, 1 out, 1-2 count. The pitch coming in and swings and misses at the circle change low, and he'll have to go take a seat. Next time he comes in is now even further out of reach, 12-1. But first and second, no outs. Kyle Hendricks is getting a little tired probably. 77 pitches through 6 innings of work, and that is a worst pitch pop-up to first base. Exactly what you don't want. Good news was we were able to go ahead and pull off and squeeze 2 runs out of that still, even with 1 out. But Archie Bradley, who is in the ballgame right now, we're down 12-3. It's coming down to a late 9th inning rally. Do we have 10 runs in us in 1 inning? I haven't seen it yet. Even when we put up good offense, I haven't seen that much offense. But it will get started with a Tyler Stevenson base hit into the outfield on the full count. Getting it on the hands, able to squeeze it out there and let it pop down. Now Jonathan India looking to make something work here. 1 for 4 on the day, but he chops this one over to third base, and this time it will be a double play to get 2 outs. And unfortunately, we are not able to get game 1 of this series, losing 12-3 here against the Padres. Honestly, it's a scary sight. I don't want to see us lose like this to teams that are postseason teams, because it just makes me feel like, okay, maybe our conference or our division is weak. We're going to get to the postseason and get mollywopped and swept in 3 games. Like, I do not want that to happen. And the Cardinals are already starting to come up on our tails, so I don't want to lose the division either by losing these games while they get to play easy opponents and get dubs. Now here in the next game, somebody else I've been impressed with and very happy that I signed, Cesar Hernandez. batting 273 this year, been consistent around that 260, 280, sometimes even reaching 290, and giving us some home runs, some RBIs, and been a clutch 2-hitter for us. So I did want to get a player lock game with him. Now, unfortunately here, he strikes out quick against Chris Paddock and going to the bottom of the third. Score still tied 0-0, so no quick runs in this one like the last one. And a chance to still make things work. Now 3-0 here. Sees a four-seamer down the zone, gets the green light, fouls it off. A four-seamer right down the middle, another good timing pop-up. It just was not working today. It was one of those days, man. At all levels. Nobody was hitting what they needed to. Now here, they're playing patty cake with Jay Allen over there at first base. I just wanted to throw the ball to me for once, and another good timing. And it just seemed like you just were not allowed to hit things up in the zone today. As we are up, though, 1-0. So a runner is at first base here. Cesar Hernandez in the field. We'll get the double play started and finished off there as we are able to go ahead and get that and secure our 1-0 lead still. Brad Keller is in the ball game now. He's been in for a while. And Cesar Hernandez, bases loaded, 1 out. A great chance to put even more runs on the board. Even a sac fly will at least make it 2. And the first pitch he sees is a four-seamer out the zone. He will chop that foul. Slider creeping his way in the zone. Fouled it off. 0-2. Watches the circle change. And the 0-2 count swings through the four-seamer low. Just behind it. Not able to do it. Now we go top of the ninth. Lucas Sims in to do his thing. 0-2 count with 1 out. Hernandez gloves it. Throw. Fires over to first base. Got him in time. As that will be the second out. I was trying to get into the ball game to see if I can at least pitch the last out for you guys. Unfortunately, I couldn't figure out how to do it while I was in the field at least. So we do walk out of there, though, with a 1-0 victory as Lucas Sims comes in and saves the day for us. And that's more like what I want to see against a playoff team like this. I want to see us get victories, get dubs, and show that we're not just beating bad teams, but we can beat the good ones too. Lucas Sims, 14 save. Eliza Hernandez is 6-4 in the season now. And we go ahead and jump things into game number 3. And who will it be? None other than that man, Nick Lodato, getting his first start in replacement of the injury, Luis Castillo. So that way we can see, what he's got. Can he earn his starting spot in here? Or after 8 days, is Tariq Skubal about to jump right back in? A 2-0 record, 2.96 ERA. This is the first start of his season, though, up here at the major league level. Remember, he started down at AAA. We had the injury to Tariq Skubal, so we moved him up. And now he's got another injury to keep him up here even longer, as that 2 to 3 month injury. We'll see how long it takes. But today, he was looking on fire. He was doing his thing pretty much here to start things out as we get 2 quick outs there. I say quick, but he's already 10 pitches deep. 2-2 count here to Fernando Tatis Jr. taking that ball out of that park. And unfortunately, there's a quick 1-0 lead. And we don't want to repeat the first inning, so I need you to calm this down, Nick. Now we'll see how he bounces back here. He has to go ahead and get back to the strong lineup. Manny Machado, no slouch right behind him, hitting .352 this season. He has popped 2 as well. And we got a 1-2 count to him. What pitch will we go to? It's a swing and miss at the low four-seamer in the ankles. We're able to get out of that inning. Now we'll have to go up against Luke Vogt. Once again, this offense is no joke. We get him to pop up. Quick, easy first out. And if you guys take a look down at the score, in case you ain't seen it, we're up 3-1. The offense was going crazy in that first inning, just like they did. So we're able to go ahead and get back to this with a lead. It calms Nick down. He sees he has a lead. He knows he can let that thing loose. He can let that thing fly. 1-2. Swings and misses at the slider down at the ankles. Let me get that 2 innings strong. And now we're up 4-1. Now this is a pop fly deep out near the warning track. It'll be gloved, though, by Doug Granger to go ahead and bring in the first out. James Woods, 3-1. Watches the four-seamer low. And he'll go get on base. Raimel Tapia back up at the top of the lineup. Loops this one over the second baseman's head, getting out to center field, and it will be a base hit. No move up to third, though, as he was being cautious in case it was caught. And Jake Connerworth will pop this one shallow. Right fielder coming in. Doug Granger will take control, grab it, throw over to third base just in case. We've got 2 outs just that quick, but Fernando Tatis already with the home run in this game. Chops this one over to Rafael Devers, who throws to second base for the easy out. And we'll go ahead and take things into the top of the 4th. Score change again. We're up 7-1. We feeling really comfy until Manny Machado does that off the wall. And we like, hold on, Nick. We gave you 7-1. We gave you a 6-run lead. Do not give that back in 1 inning. He says, bet, I got y'all. Luke Vogt up next. First pitch he sees. Chops this one over to shortstop. Runner stays where he needs to be at, but the throw is offline. Just barely able to beat him out as he found somebody slower than himself. Jesus Aguilar did, as he takes it over to first base for the first out. Now, this one's flied out. Doug Granger will go ahead and get it. Throw in. No move up from Machado this time either. So we will keep the runner at second base. Still 2 outs. Austin Nola is up next, and he flies this one. Left field is going towards the gap, but it will be caught. Joey Gallo able to bring it in. And we're 4 innings strong. 54 pitches deep. And already looking pretty good, though, here today. Brandon Nimmo lines this one out to right field. It will get down for the base hit. Look like he might round it, but he will stay comfy over there at first base. So we'll go ahead and let it ride. James Wood up next. He will fly this one deep out to center field. We'll let it bounce. Throw will come in, not in time. So we've got first and second now. It's real scoring chance here for the Padres. This one will go out to center field. Jay Allen's going to glove this one. Throw will come in. Look at this. See, up the line. Our AAA center fielders and right fielder and left fielder weren't throwing like this. Might be able to reevaluate, though. But no, there's a double play ball as this gets sent into the dugout. E4 on the play. So not an earned run towards Nick Lodato, but there will be 2 runs scored here. This one's lined into the outfield. Joey Gallo's going to come in. The throw will come in. Not in time there as he scores 2 as well. Inning could have been over. But unfortunately, they get 2 more runs to add back to it as they go ahead and steal up second base. So they're trying to keep the scoring chances alive. Manny Machado dribbles this one over to Rafael Devers, who will come in, glove it. The throw to first base will get on. 5 innings. I would say 1 earned run, but 3 runs total. I can't remember how they scored it off the top of my head. But we are still looking good here. 7 runs on the board, so we still have a little bit of wiggle room as this one gets chopped over to India. He will go ahead and throw over for his second put out of the inning. Just that quick. 3-1 to Austin Nola. Hizzy watches the 4-seamer go up top. It'll be a full count here. We're looking to put this away as that is ball 4. 2-seamer too low. He was not chasing it. Brandon Nimmo with a chance to try to move him up. He's 1 for 2 on the day as he chops this one over to second base. Cesar Hernandez will come in and throw it. And as I did switch those 2, actually, by the way. I wanted to mention that too. Cesar Hernandez and Jonathan India, I moved spots because Cesar Hernandez had less throw power or throw arm strength than Jonathan India. Not to take away from the fact that we got a dub here today, though. 8-6, we were able to come away with it. I couldn't get back into the game, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have for you guys. But we were able to go ahead and walk out of that with a W. Pretty interesting there. They got 3 runs late there to make it a little bit closer. We scored 1 more late. But Jonathan India's 7th home run. Cesar Hernandez's 7th home run. A lot of RBIs coming in as Devers hits 35. India 3 more hits 31. Aguilar's at 32. And Nick Lodato had a very good game himself. Now, Vladimir Gutierrez, he's down for 2 to 3 months with an injury. So I have to look at bringing up some more people. As I go ahead and move TJ Atone to the Major League roster, Luis Caesar was just having complications. He was not pitching good up here. He was actually one of the reasons we lost one of those games in the last series and almost gave up that game too. That's why they did score 2 runs in that one. So we went in and moved him around. We also moved up Max Scholler to the AAA level, moved up Barney Lincoln to the AA level to fix up these pitching rotations, since we did have somebody missing. Now Tree Screwball also will be coming back from his injury finally. As we get that win against the White Sox, it'll set us up perfectly for this draft, as we went ahead and moved Tree Screwball back to a starting rotation spot 2 at the 4, and we'll see what he does. Maybe we'll get a player log game with him next time to focus in on his comeback. But it's time for draft season, baby, as we will be picking 11th based off of where we finished last season, and we're looking pretty good this year too, so I can't be mad at it. So we'll get a competitive pick in competitive round B of the second round. So the second of the competitive rounds, but we'll be picking 11th every other time. And today, I think we saw that we need to focus, like y'all said. I know y'all was telling me, so I'm gonna listen. We need to focus a little bit, maybe a little bit more on defense. Now, taking a look at some people that's taken before us that we might have been looking at. Gerard Perry went number 1 overall, 80 potential, 55 overall. He was a lefty coming straight out of high school. And then Johnny Strawberry, who was actually pretty interesting to me, not only just by last name, but he had some pretty good abilities here, potential, 80 potential as well. Righty, 19 years old, coming out of university. But it's time to make our first selection of the day. Now, we were looking at closing pitchers too as well. Wanted to get some young ones that could be good. We got Freddie Beard here, 80 potential, 55 overall. And he had good velo, good striker per 9 potential, good home run per 9 potential. And with somebody I was looking at 23 years old, probably, I would want somebody a little bit younger. So I started looking at other positions. Enrique Batista, good fielding attributes here, 70s all around as far as what he could, possibly bring to the table. And then it was Raul Villanueva as well, a little bit lower on some of the fielding. So I was looking at those three for sure as which ones I might want to go with. Freddie Beard was the most interesting one to me, but I feel like I could probably get him a little bit later. The only closer left, I didn't think anybody else was going to take one. So I go ahead and go to the right fielders and choosing between Raul and Enrique. Just looking one more time at their stats, he has better potential of hitting. Contact is there, the power is there with Raul, and he still had the fielding ability, and he was younger at 18 years old. Now, Enrique would probably be able to move up right now, but I love our outfield at the current moment. So I go and go with Raul. Possible maybe replacement for Joey Votto later down the line, but at least it gives me enough time to let him have that time to develop in the minor league systems. Now going into our second pick, I'm looking at other potential people. Randall Morrison is somebody I'm looking at here, 75 overall, 80 potential. We didn't scout him, so some of that's probably not the truth, but it has good fielding potential. So I went ahead and picked him up too as well. I think I can wait one more round before picking up that closer. Now obviously we have Alex Reyes here too as well. Looking at the outfield, even though we already kind of went there, but you can never have too many good outfield prospects. He had a lot of good fielding attributes. There's also Rondell Robert here at third base. Good contact, good power, good vision. He looked pretty strong across the board, so we went ahead and picked him up too as well as looking here at Alex Reyes in the outfield, possibly maybe going another outfielder. We go ahead and pick him up too as well. And then with one of our last picks, we just go ahead and go with Tariq Cohen here in the 5th round to go ahead and pick up another reliever. We want to build this team very nice, very solidly to the core. And here with the last pick, you see there's not many options left. A lot of positions are completely empty. You got some people like this that are 45 overall, 45 potential. You're not wanting to touch them. And I'm looking at catcher. And I'm like, we can. Last year we had to sign one out of free agency just to have enough where I liked it enough to have a backup on roster. So I'm seeing Freddie Herzog here. He's got good fielding ability, 80 arm, 80 accuracy, 70 in the fielding. Interesting last name. We go ahead and scoop him up to go ahead and get our last pick of the draft done here. And let's go ahead and look at the recap here. You see Raul Villanueva, Freddie Beard, 50 overall, B potential. I got excited at first. I'm not going to lie. I saw the 86. I thought that was the overall. And I got really excited. But no, that's his potential. 69 potential for Raul Villanueva. Randall Morrison, 64 overall, C potential with that 79. Derek Cohen, kind of 70 thing here. 79 potential. So I think we did all right. Could have been a better draft class. I think out of all three, this is probably the worst that I've done. Even though I feel like I scouted more people and really expanded myself more, I just really feel like I didn't hit on my picks, or there wasn't enough there to hit on. Maybe the areas I needed weren't good this year. Sorry, it happens. It happens in Madden too. You're not going to hit on all your picks all of the time. It's okay. But the important thing is going and getting these guys signed, getting them developed, and seeing what they could potentially be. I mean, you have to have over like 100 people on roster anyway. Like I think it's like 90 for real. So drafting depth, no problem at all. You'll be on the roster. You'll be at the minor league levels where I can kind of forget about you until I draft somebody else. At this point, that's kind of how I see those draft classes now. You saw there, we were 6.5 games up over the Brewers and Cardinals. Now we don't have very many games against them until we really get to the end of the season. None through August. When you get to September, we have a series with the Cardinals twice and the Brewers twice, and they're both back to back. And kind of a similar thing, we have one of those I think against both before we get to All-Star Weekend. So not very many chances to play those two teams that are going to be behind us. So later in the season, those will be definitely key series to focus on, because they might involve us getting into the postseason or not as a wild card or division league. Next time out, though, I'm thinking about getting us through and getting us close to All-Star Weekend. Now, what games will we play? You guys got to let me know on that schedule. Which one do you want to see us do? Now, obviously here you see the Phillies. Y'all might want to see us do that. My heart hurt a little too much to see that, but I mean, we're right behind them by 3 games. So I mean, it could be a good series to watch. Let me know down below in the comment section what series you guys would like to see me do, and we might go ahead and get into it. Next time out, we'll be getting close to the All-Star break, so we can get to All-Star Weekend and then focus up on the finishing touches of the season. Now, hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Leave a like, comment, subscribe on your way out. Merry holidays, man. I know Christmas will be coming out the day after this one is scheduled to drop, so I hope you guys get everything that you want. Smooth Gang family. And make sure you guys are checking out the Lines Rebuild, the Sly Cooper walkthrough, and the reaction channel too if you are not already. So Love all of you guys so much. Subscribe if you're brand new. It's been your boy GM Smooth, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.